This video is about a DIY pond filter that I built. When I originally made my pond, I was not going to have fish, but then I decided to put fish in it, so I figured I better make a filter system for it. This is one you can just drop in the pond, have it work for a while, and you could either take it back out or you could just leave it in the pond and run it when you want to. So basically, this is how much it cost me, $87. You could do it cheaper, but some of the items like the filters and the bucket that I wanted cost more. You could save money on a bucket and buying less filters. But this is what it cost me to build this. So this is the bucket I got. It's got a gamma lid on it. As you can see, I drilled holes in it here, and then this is center hole is for the discharge hose to come out and the electric cord for the pump. I did want a black bucket, so I got this from Amazon. Most things came from Amazon. You can see I did drill some holes in it here for water to go into the bucket. This is the pump I bought. It's 550 gallons an hour. It's a paw fly pump. And I bought 5 feet worth of this clear 3/4 inch hose to go on the 3/4 inch fitting. It does not need any type of clamp to hold that on. It stays on perfectly fine just pushing it on. I have these filters. There's 3 of them. This is a 20 PPI filter. Good for biological activity, to help the bacteria find a place to stay and then multiply. Also came with a 35 PPI, which is, again, is another good bacterial filter, and it will do some filtering of things out of the water as well. And then the final one that came with it is a 50 PPI, pores per inch. This one is not necessarily a good bacterial filter, but it's very good at filtering the water. But because of that, it can also plug up if it gets too much stuff in it. But this is really good for polishing your water or clearing up your water of stuff. I also have a couple little pieces of cloth that I have here, and I'll show you what I use those for as I'm building this. So what you do is you put the pump down here in the center of your bucket. Just put it right in the center. And then you're going to take lava rocks. I got these at Lowe's. Put those around the pump to help keep it in place and to make a nice biological bacterial environment around the pump. And it'll help keep it in place. So the lava rocks are in now, and the pump is in the middle of the lava rocks. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your most restrictive filter, which would actually be the 50 for mine, but I don't think I'm going to use the 50 in this. I did a test with all 3. I think the 50 may be a little too restrictive for the pump. So I'm only going to use 2 filters. So the 35 is more restrictive than the 20. So the 35 is going to go on first. Going to push that down in there. I'm going to take those pieces of cloth that I have. One of them is going to go in here between the piping and the hose, and that'll help kind of fill the gap that's there, because that's like a 1-inch hole. and I don't want the water to bypass the filter. So I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm going to take the least restrictive, which is the 20 ppi. I'm going to put that on top. So that would filter out the real big stuff before it reaches the 35. So then I put that in there. So the filters kind of look like that in there. They fit just perfect. These are 5-gallon bucket filters I got from Amazon. I think you'd probably be good with just the 35s and you wouldn't even need the 50. But, you know, if you really want to polish your water and really make it really clean and clear, you could, you know, use 50s too. Maybe initially after you use the other ones. So then you just put the lid on. You're gonna run the electric cord through the middle. Put the hose through the middle. Oops. Wait a minute. I gotta make sure that I put a cloth here in this gap as well, so the water can't bypass that. There we go. That one's in there. All right. So now we're gonna put this down here. We're gonna screw the lid on. And there you go. Now this sets down into the pond. Water goes in the top, goes down through the filters to the pump, and the pump pumps the clean water out this hose back into the pond. This actually sets a little above water level, so I can see it working. When I did a test earlier with 3 filters in, the water coming out this hose was clear, but the water inside this bucket was pea green. So I definitely know that it was filtering really well with 3 filters. But once again, I think it maybe was a little restrictive. So I'm going to try it with 2, see how that works. But other than that, it's a very simple build. Put a rope on this handle as well to make it easier to get in and out of the pond. Like I say, you could maybe save 20 or 30 bucks by going with cheaper or less filters and a cheaper bucket if you don't really care what it looks like, if it's white or blue or whatever when it's in your pond. But this is just what this cost me to build this one exactly. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. So thanks for watching.